Nationals in that school, in those schools. I visited a couple of them, aside from the fact that one of my children went to one of them. But it's to talk about house parenting. Those to call a house parent, a deal. And those are the schools that I met couples that are house parents. Couples that are house parents. And they are engaged. Okay, don't let me say I met. Let me say I stayed with some, so I didn't just meet. I stayed with some that's my friend and met couples that are parents. And to be candid, they were parents. Staying with them, you will respect them. Let's go straight away. This our conversation is within three people. Can somebody tell? Please let be bold. Making a mistake with me especially is nothing. 1, 2, 2 counselors, administrators, sorry, and the parents. You said it's within the parents, the school counselors, and the administrators. Okay. The conversation of house parents should be between who again? Who wants to talk? For that, the woman that said students. Project manager, your stakeholders are very important. You should know who your stakeholders are. Number one that I do is not the students that parents found that school and put that child in that school. Try to the whole business. And I thank you for that answer. I sit down. doesn't take the feedback 2. The husband doesn't take the feedback 3. The sellers doesn't take the feedback 4. Doesn't take the feedback. And then now are going around. And how do we have effective communication? So one of the things I've said in the story is not that then effective, we're going to make what is going to be effective, what we're going to go out with, and we will start, using it. Then communication. We have issues of communication breakdown in life. If you do, please, can we see? Only we don't have communication issues. If you think you have communication issues, I wish this would be clearer. Yes. And so what are the issues we have with communication? What are the issues we have with communication? We have lack of communication, is it? Or at times we have lack of communication, right? Should we stand and discuss lack of communication? Beloved, I want to say that we don't lack communication. No relationship lacks communication. There is no relationship that lacks communication. What happens? We lack a lot of comprehension. That's what we lack. People are always communicating. Listens to you, and another student seldom listens to you. It's a lot of times we feel the other student is because it's the makeup of the other student. It has really nothing to do with you. But they are communicating, and you may be correct. There may be something going on with that student that you are not aware of. There may be something going on with that student you are not aware of. And so if that student is not listening to you, that student is communicating to you. His or her own communication may not be the way you understand, but that student is communicating. So instead of flipping the lead and getting annoyed, how about checking what that child is telling you? Because that child is speaking to you. When you tell the child to come and the child refuses to come, the child is communicating. What happens a lot of times, even with we parents, we just conclude, no, there's something about this child. This child is rude. You're not like your sister. You're not like your brother. We flip into that. And I've started teaching communication. The child may tell the person that she doesn't listen. She's wicked. He's this. He's that. And you sit there wondering, how did I get into that? Or now we're in schools. A lot of children give parents feedback. The parents come to school and probably flip the lead. Sadly, that whole ring ends without anybody taking out what the exact conversation on the table is. Am I communicating? Are you getting me? And I want to take notes. Feedbacks. Just write it down. Feedbacks. Every child's word, every student's word, every student's reaction is a feedback. Find it. Please, can we write it down? So So we will get into some strategies which all of us are definitely come together to curate ourselves. Now, if you wrote that thing down, what are the methods, what are the ways in which you are currently thinking right now? What is that student that comes to your head? There may be 1, 2, or 3 students that comes to your mind right now. Has reacted or has responded to you is out of pace. Now, looking at it in the light in which I presented you, that child is giving you feedback. What are the possibilities of what that child may be telling you? What are the possibilities of what child may be telling you? Okay. Discuss. Yesterday I said one of the things I bring to the table is to talk about the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room, the English teachers know, is what we call is an idiom. What it means is what nobody is talking about. That is very obvious, but nobody talks about. Okay, what is it? Yesterday, what did I say when I talked about the elephant in the room? Did anybody get that? I'm not talking. It's normal that we are. What's in it for me? Can we talk about what's in it for me? Will you open up, or I should continue presenting? I can present very professionally. Should we continue the professional talk? Or you talk about what is in it? Can I have a feedback? Okay. We are an ecosystem. I'll go back to say it. Since it is, you can have your face straight, but we will talk about it. And why I choose to talk about it is I've realized that we're ecosystem, and I want to, touch a bit of our culture in this environment. A lot of times, that's really what people say. How does this reduce the cost of rice in the market? How does it bring food to the table? And so, a lot of times we see this in the perspective that, okay, my school wants us to learn better. And let me just collect certificates. And let's just collect certificates and leave now and end up being a better school. When is a better school? How does that get to me? Really, how does that get to me? And at times, you see, a lot of us, we may not be very bold to have these conversations, but these are the conversations a lot of time I see that people have. These are the conversations a lot of time, that place on the table. What's in it for me? And I will go by stories so that you will know what's in it for you. I want to say this, but I will talk about it. One of the schools my son went to, I was privileged to be in another school in Italy, and they were really looking for a house parent. They really, really wanted one. What I did when I got back, my ex, he was not even a house parent, was to call him and to ask him if he's interested in taking the role of a house parent. By that time, my son has left secondary school, maybe 3 or 4 years. But that guy was still in my brain. Sorry. Hope it's not my fault. YAB 466 DX. A Toyota Camry YAB 466 DX. Does it belong to somebody in this room? If it's for somebody in this room, please. They say you should please come and repark before they decide to make decisions on the car. It is, and somehow, which color is it? Because ladies, at times, we don't know the color of our cow. Okay. Please, there's a Toyota Camry outside. If it's your car, please, go and make it. Or if you have a Toyota Camry and you can't remember the color, just go and check. It's fine. We all don't remember colors. Okay, so I called the guy and I asked him if he was interested, because I remember that while we were on a call yesterday, there was a mention about house parents at times being asked to take subjects and how that is stressful. You know, to be candid, I sat on that table like I was normal, but I found out shocking, because the board of some educational schools has done. In fact, house parents that don't have subjects, they fight to have subjects. Yes, I could see your face, but I'll be straight. You know why? Because it's opportunities for them. That means you are either a house parent or you are a physics teacher. So if you're going to get a very good opportunity in being a physics teacher, you will go. If you get a very good opportunity in house parenting as a career as well, you will go. So that was what I found. I found it so normal. I didn't know. I mean, yesterday was an eye-opener for me. I didn't know it was a burden in some places. So, and that's where I've already started talking about what is in it for us. So you may have to do, I do a bit of mind shifting. You may have to do some bit of mind shifting to start thinking again. If a child has, she will my child's class talking about music. I hear that it makes life easy for these children. I will leave the story of how I added value to her. But we had a break. I haven't spoken to her yet. She has left the school as well. And recent, I decided to call her. And when I called her, she said, oh, she calls me mommy. She said, oh, mommy, it's been well, blah, blah, blah. She found herself my baby. She said, you know what? Your baby is a doctor. I said, doctor like her, want to study medicine or what exactly? Blah, blah. And I answered on her doctorate. Because some people, I mentor her without being paying her anyway, without getting paid. I mentor her. And I tell her, you know when you told me to do my master's? And I went ahead and I did it. This happened. And the parent said, is there anybody that has masters here? And I said, yes, I have masters in information. I told him. And he said, how and then did you go to this to start this kind of course? He said, I had one IT man that asked me and I said, oh, what about your doctorate? She said, oh, doctorate. She said she laughed. Her doctorate, that was great. And I speak to you, she's in her second year. Finish her doctorate. Now, my library studies as a librarian. It's like the number 3 in that her. So it depends on I do, or I do ask parents on children. I get them children that I bring into school because right? Because I was so sure that child I was so sure the teacher would be me. In fact, because he had a lot of baggage which I didn't find out when he was coming. We started our conversation. I put him in that school. And that's when I met I said something funny. You know, the chancellor of the school one day called me and said, "I'm better you send money to this child's parents. This child, this one, he has been time." Side, always madam, don't to be one of the best things happen. Negative things to tell you about life story. She was how did one of the parents in that school that was one of the people that said negative things about me is still the one that referred me to this school. Are you getting it? Because he has sincerely turned a very good leaf. He's studying medicine in one of the schools now. Doing so well. To God's glory. And so I told Mrs. Dickinson about the church. I said, how is he? How is he? I said, he's in the morning, and you look through those things, and that is what you're going to use to enter your day. You're building stuff for yourself that you don't know. And you know we can't give what we don't have. So as much as you're building yourself, you're going to be building that school. And as long as you're building the school will definitely be better for it. And the little time you are in school, the more well your school does, no matter how, it will get to you. And if you want to tell me that, why I beg, forget that one. Even when the school does better, it doesn't get worse. It gets to you. And I will explain. I will explain. If the school is doing so well, the brand of the school is well, you will, if you want another place. In fact, a lot of times you don't want another place. Excellent. We are doing excellently well. And I was consulting with the proprietor. We need to start spreading these things because these teachers are well trained. These teachers are there. You know, so we do it with time, we do it with time, we do it with time. So we'll do it with time, we'll do it with time, we'll do it with time. With time. All these big schools landed in Nigeria. They clean them. They cleaned the school and we started from zero. And when they were cleaning, he didn't, that's why I loved him. He said, you wonder. I said, your guys are good. They won't need to go and look for. So be the best of who we are in our places of work. I don't want to sound funny, but it's not really for your place of work. It's for you. Because if you choose to go start your own school, you're only going to take to that place what you have in you now. You need to have engagement. So you could see there's some schools. Okay, here I'll talk about, that was one engagement I had with Yola Jesuit to explain some things for you. I wish we have some more administrators. A lot of times you look at schools and we think that they are lucky or they are just doing well. It's the investment that we put in it. This specific program was in yourself, in the what investment are you putting in yourself? What investment are you allowing people to put? And you may say, you know, when I'm there was a time as Genesis was affecting my because I see the house parents and I hear students that don't want to go home. Am I correct? I hear this. I see some students, but I'm fighting back here. Like, must a child go through this? So, actively all those things and put the parents. And when I talking to this, why you always ask me when I'm I said,
that yes, they keep. I told you the story of the child. The young man came to her. My son said, "Logan, once he was in primary one and all those things and everything. I told you, one around the class. So he was not paying attention. And it was not true as a lot of us are understanding. He was about to speak. And I don't know what you that I just give me the one child. Someone that was someone that understanding. Look was is that not the I can tell you that what I've had numerous teachers in his career. They ask questions. When you come close, we have various topics that one, three, in terms of importance. The two, because the promises they make can impact upon the life of the child. And that is why we want to equip you with the knowledge necessary to be able to articulate yourself as a counselor or a house parent. You do not have too much of an influence because people will not rely on access. I have to in order to understand things better. For me, that I know the house parent, I have to begin to read things on the and how the brain of the male child works. The female child is the male child. Probably the This one does not. This one does not entirely. You probably will have lost chat.
To do that.